Sam Altman, the mind behind ChatGPT, the man holding the global economy's future in his hands, has just laid his plan bare, and he did so in plain sight, almost casually. While markets cheer and investors eagerly await, Altman tells us with a bone-chilling calm that entire job categories are set to vanish completely. His solution, his grand promise, is for us not to worry because AI will usher in new and better jobs. Sounds nice, doesn't it? It's the same line we've been fed time and again. But what if I told you this promise is the biggest and most hazardous blank check in our history? Altman isn't just creating the tool that will make millions of jobs obsolete. He's pushing for change at a pace so frantic our society hasn't the slightest chance to keep up. This isn't just a tech upgrade, it's a forced reset of our social and economic systems. In this video, we're not going to echo the optimistic narrative. We're going to break down the stark reality behind his words. We'll discuss what Sam Altman isn't saying, the lack of foresight, the human toll, and the chaos on the horizon if we keep accelerating with our eyes closed. Stick around, because what you're about to find out will forever change how you see artificial intelligence. To grasp the scale of the issue, let's first hear the official line. Sam Altman, much like other Silicon Valley gurus, is selling the concept of creative destruction. It's the classic tale. Technology eliminates old jobs to make way for new, superior ones. It happened with the tractor, it happened with the computer, and they say it will happen with AI. He said it himself, admitting there will be genuine hardship and that this transition will be quicker than previous technological revolutions. But the takeaway is always the same. The new jobs will be an improvement. But this supposed silver bullet, it's a mirage. The Industrial Revolution took decades to take hold, and it came at a staggering social price. Exploitation, widespread poverty, and entire cities engulfed in misery before things started to look up. Now amplify that disruption 1,000 times over. AI isn't progressing over decades, it's advancing in months. Models like GPT-4 are already outperforming humans on professional exams like the bar, and GPT-5 is just on the horizon. Altman speaks of the total elimination of jobs like customer service as if it's a done deal, something already in motion. And here lies the first part of the plan nobody wants to acknowledge: the speed. We are facing a transition so rapid that governments won't have time to establish safety nets, nor will educational systems have time to train people for these supposed new jobs. People themselves won't even have a moment to process what's happening. The idea that millions of individuals, 30, 40, or 50 years old, who have spent their lives honing a craft can just reinvent themselves and learn to be prompt engineers or whatever new role emerges in 2 years isn't optimism. It's a detachment from reality. It's a profound lack of awareness about the social fabric that's about to be shredded. This isn't a gentle transition. It's a shockwave, a tsunami building in plain view, and the ship's captain is telling us not to fret, that we'll soon learn to breathe underwater. The black box of new jobs, a gamble with your future. All right, let's entertain his premise for a second. Old jobs vanish, new ones appear. The logical follow-up is, what kind of jobs? And this is where Altman's narrative becomes a leap of faith. The myth of jobs we can't even imagine. We're told AI will generate jobs we can't even conceive of today. Altman points to prompt engineering as an example of a role that didn't exist a few years back. That's true, but how many prompt engineers does the world really need? 100,000? A million? We're talking about a disruption that, according to reports from the World Economic Forum and McKinsey, could impact hundreds of millions of positions. The scale is completely out of proportion. There's absolutely no historical or economic precedent guaranteeing that for every 100 automated office jobs, 100 new jobs of equal or greater value will materialize. It's a gamble, a multi-billion-dollar bet they're not making with their own money, but with the future of the global middle class. And let's consider the nature of these new roles. AI tends to create immense demand for a tiny fraction of people with highly specialized skills, while the value of more ordinary work nosedives. This isn't a hypothetical. We're seeing it now. A small team of AI engineers can build a system that performs the work of thousands of data analysts, translators, or designers. The outcome? An unprecedented concentration of wealth and power in the hands of those who control the technology, in the hands of companies like OpenAI. Sam Altman isn't building a future of broad opportunity. He is, perhaps inadvertently, architecting the most unequal society in history. A society where a small tech elite commands the most powerful tools of production ever known, and everyone else, well, everyone else is expected to adapt. This brings us to the core of the issue. Is Sam Altman just a tech optimist blind to the consequences of his creation? Or is this a calculated move? Think about it. If you openly admit your technology will unleash social chaos in the short to medium term, what happens? Governments sound the alarm. They demand regulations, pauses, special taxes. The public pushes back. Progress stalls. But if you sell the story of an inevitable but ultimately positive transition, you achieve the exact opposite. You foster a sense that resistance is futile, like fighting progress itself. You downplay the collateral damage and fast-track your technology's adoption before anyone has a chance to react. Altman even concedes he wouldn't fully trust AI for his own healthcare. He'd want a human in the loop, the creator himself. Yet, in the same breath, he suggests that for customer service, being handled by an AI is fine. Do you see the disconnect? The lack of awareness? The risks are acknowledged on a personal level, but are minimized at a societal scale when it concerns other people's livelihoods. If you're finding this critical take on Sam Altman's narrative and the real impact of AI to be valuable and thought-provoking, now is the perfect time to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. At AI Business, we don't just skim the surface. We dive deep into the real-world implications of technology for your finances, your business, and your future. Click subscribe and join the discussion. The real threat: losing control. So what's the real danger here? It's not AI itself. Technology is just a tool. The real danger is the mindset driving it. A move fast and break things philosophy applied not to a photo-sharing app, but to the very operating system of our society. The danger is the hubris of thinking a transition of this magnitude can be predicted and managed. Altman himself has stated, "Nobody knows what will happen next." He admits it, and yet he continues to floor the accelerator. This frantic race isn't fueled by a pure desire to better humanity. Let's be real, it's a business race. OpenAI is in a showdown with Google, with Meta, with Anthropic. It's a race for market supremacy, to be the first, to capture the value of what could be the most powerful technology in history. And in that race, social conscience, ethics, and caution are just dead weight. What we're being asked to do is to close our eyes and have faith. Faith that these new jobs will materialize out of thin air. Faith that the wealth generated will magically be redistributed. Faith that they, a small, unelected elite, know what's best for the rest of us. Most of us aren't willing to sign that blank check. However, we have to navigate the future that is unfolding before us. That means exploring and figuring out how to thrive in these rapidly changing and unpredictable times before our jobs are snatched away, leaving us unable to support ourselves and our families, because there's no stopping what's happening. This isn't about being anti-technology or Luddites. It's about surviving a reckless development. It's about demanding a genuine public conversation about the pace of this transition. It's about the creators of this technology taking responsibility for the impact they're having instead of hiding behind vague promises of a utopian tomorrow. The future Sam Altman is building at breakneck speed could be extraordinary, yes. But it could also become a nightmare for social stability and for the dignity of millions who simply won't have time to adapt. The question isn't whether AI is good or bad. The question is whether we will allow its mass deployment to happen without a plan, without foresight, and without checks and balances. Because once this Pandora's box is thrown wide open, no one, not even Sam Altman, will be able to close it. If you found value in this video, remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop your questions and comments below. Your engagement fuels our drive to keep creating high-value content for you. We'll see you in the next AI business video.